Monkey Prince, issue 1, Jean Luen Yang writing with Bernard Chang on the art. This is the new issue 1, it's a limited series, and is the debut, origin, if you will, of Monkey Prince, this character.
because we got him in the one special last year.
Yep.
I forget the name of that one. But that was just kind of like a story with Monkey Prince. I mean, I didn't know too much about him, and it was pretty enjoyable.
Yeah, this is more the actual, just starting off current day. This is the origin of this character, and
were you aware of a Monkey Prince Zero that came out in October?
No.
I was not, but I read it because it was like 10 pages. And all it does is introduce the idea of the Monkey King into DC canon, where the quick version is Pigsy's telling Monkey Prince about this adventure that his dad, the Monkey King, had when Darkseid tried to invade that realm. And so you see all of these, I would guess, Chinese mythological characters fighting Darkseid and the Furies, and he Omega sanctions this, big cow demon character that sets up a tragedy for a character named Red Boy, who seems to be a rival of Monkey King. Same creative team. It's Yang and Chang. So I don't say you have to go out of your way to read it, but it was a nice read. It'll probably be included on a trade or something. But yeah.
So it sets up that he's passed when he was a kid because his parents are criminals and worked with villains. That Batman came hunting his parents one night in a stormy night, and this night traumatized him, and now he's like scared of anything he associates with that night. So thunder, stepping on like a cold bit of water because there was like puddles in the house. Obviously Batman scares the shit out of him. And Batman's not trying to scare him. Batman's actually like, yells out something to the effect of, "There's you have a kid staying with you here," as if he's like horrified that they would even have a child. So obviously I expect we're going to find out a bit more about it. I mean, we do see some of what they do later, but
they seem to be not just henchmen, but like scientist henchmen, that work on things. And he moved around a lot as a kid because of his parents' profession.
Yes.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, there's a little montage of like him in Bloodhaven, Opal City, Keystone, then back to Gotham now that he's in high school, which is where we're at. And there's a bully who refers to himself in the third person. He calls himself the Riz.
Look at here's the Miz, Pete.
I never thought of it, but now you've said it. Yeah, it's not a million miles away. And there's the pig dude, like, so he's actually like masquerading as a janitor at the school, and like some of his dialogue's a bit weird. Like he just talks about how hot our main character's mum is.
Her wide birthing hips.
Yes, I was like, whoa, okay, all right.
So I'll get the negative out here. The dialogue here is not what I'm used to with Yang, and it feels like not out of character because I don't know these characters, but it feels out of place.
There is some weirdness to it. There's some weird moments of interaction that are kind of odd. Like for after he's talked to the janitor, there's like these clouds of smell stick around him, and his mum thinks he's smoking, and I'm like, is that what it smells like? Because like he isn't.
That's a distinct smell.
Yeah, because he keeps saying he smells like burp, like it smells like he's burp, and I'm like.
And then mom's like, oh, if you want to experiment with drugs, that's okay. Maybe me and your dad will find something from a trusting source. And I was like, who is this mom? Like,
I mean, she has a super villain or like a henchwoman or whatever.
Yeah, but still, I mean, offering your kid drugs so they can experiment. So to me, weird flex for a mom. But combined with that, with the pig guy with Pigsy and his dialogue, and you're just like, this is a weird book.
Yeah, so the thing for me was that I thought it was generally okay though. I think the stuff with like, it had that kind of issue 1 Ultimate Spider-Man kind of vibe at times, where it's like, we're interested in this character, his potential love interest in school that he's kind of scared to talk to, the bully who wants to beat him up, like all that sort of stuff. And he eventually jumps in the pool because that's what Pigsy was trying to do to him.
Yeah, gotta go through the water curtain.
Yeah, and he ends up sort of like almost going through like a portal effectively. to wherever this is, wherever the Monkey King is.
It's a heavenly realm.
There you go. Yeah. And Pigsy there's in his actual pig form, and then he comes back out of the water as the Monkey Prince, right? And I think what I didn't like so much about it, because the art's very good, because Chang's very good, and the full page spread of him jumping out of the water is good, is that he seemed to just suddenly know how to fight. Like, I get that he's maybe got some confidence because he's stronger, he's faster, and whatever else, but he just seems to like know how to fight, and he's doing flips and doing all sorts of stuff. I did love that this is the school that Damien happens to be going to, so I guess it's middle school rather than high school, actually, now I think about it. But I love the idea that Damien's in the locker room and he starts beating up the bullies. He's like, hey, shit, Batman, there's some metahuman stuff going on down at the school. And the ending, to me, is so weird. And just, like... So, like, I'm thinking, okay, superhero origin, he has all this extra strength, speed, and powers. He also has a tail and has all this extra hair. Maybe this is him. He'll be weirded out, but he'll sort of inadvertently, like, get in the way of and save someone from someone bad, right? That's typically what happens. And I'm not saying you have to copy the formula, but it was a bit weird to me that he just seems to know what he's doing. And then the end of the issue is that Batman throws a batarang at him to just disarm him because he's holding like a weapon, and he ends up decapitating Monkey Prince, which he's still alive. His head's still alive, and so's his body, because it sounds like next time his body and his head are going to be operating independently. As Batman's there trying to deal with him.
So, if you had a guess, do you think I dove into Monkey King lore to try to make heads and tails of this?
You didn't go and start reading the 100 forms, did you?
No. I looked for web articles, which I came across one of our Twitter followers. He said that Yang is doing a forward for a new printing of Journey to the West, which heavily features. So I might order that come payday, just to read this book. But yeah, dude, Monkey King is like, man, the lore that has come from that. Like, most of Dragon Ball Z was inspired by the Monkey King. I had no idea. And then you find out that in Japan, Monkey King's name is Son Goku, which, just the only thing I know about Dragon Ball Z is Goku.
I legitimately never heard of Monkey Prince or Monkey King until that story in the special last year. That was the first time.
Do you remember, like, I think it was last year, it might have been the year before now, I can't remember exactly, that game that kind of came out of nowhere. It was not released yet, but it was like all over the internet for like 2 or 3 days. There was like this like a Chinese game. That had like amazing looking graphics, and people were talking about it. It kind of came out, I completely blank on the name of it now, but it kind of came out of nowhere, and there was like a half-hour gameplay demo of it that was up that people were like talking about a lot. That was based on Journey to the West, so it had you like transforming into the different like forms as part of the gameplay.
I remember it, but like,
I feel like you probably would have seen it at the time because it was in your circles.
Yeah, I don't remember, but there's just clearly this is a really big story and a big part of mythology to a lot of people. But
it's with the Monkey King, I remember like certain kung fu movies would have the Monkey King character, who's kind of this roguish hero that fought with a staff and maybe sometimes wore a tail, but other than that, looked like a human. So here, I like that Yang is making this like he's a monkey human in it. And I don't know if I read this in an interview or if it reminded me of it. Everything blurs together at this point. But it kind of is like Shazam, where I feel like the Monkey Prince and our main guy, that they're kind of one and the same, like Billy and Shazam are. But, when he becomes Shazam, he has a different skill set that he just can do things, versus, when he's Billy. So here, that's why I feel like Monkey Prince, when he pops out of from that area fully formed and he's able to fight, I feel that's just the Monkey Prince character and the kid sharing. Because I feel like there's going to be more to this.
So you're saying it's more like a different character that he turns into?
Kind of in that where how Billy is kind of operating inside Shazam or Captain Marvel, whichever version we're saying, that he's still aware of everything that's going on, but he's not really him. That's how I kind of feel with Monkey Prince.
Well, it depends on the version, because I feel like I have read. I mean, I've definitely read Shazam / Captain Marvel, where he is just him, and he's learning how to use the powers like a normal superhero would. Yeah.
But yeah, and I think Billy Batson was name dropped in the, maybe that's where I'm getting this from, in that first story that we had in the special. I'm not sure, but no, I mean, this is a pretty likable book. I am going to check out to see where it goes. I don't know if I'm committed to the full series as of yet. But issue 2 for sure.
Yeah, it's a weird one because I think it's generally well put together, but there is some weirdness to it, and I'm not sure. I mean, if it keeps coming out in a quieter week, yeah, I'll maybe try another issue or 2 and see how it goes. But I'm not like instantly like in love with it for sure. So
yeah, I'll say I really liked it, but it definitely has some huge, I don't want to say red flags. It's not really red flags, but there are definitely, it's the most,
some amber flags.
Hesitant, yeah. No, it's been the most hesitant of a Yang book I've been, because like New Superman, I completely in on based off of his Superman work before, and then his Batman Superman I really enjoyed, and Terrifics. So this I jumped at because it's Yang writing, at DC again, and then it just was this very weird book, almost by design, and I don't know how it's going to read month to month. Like this might be great in a trade, because we're gonna, at the pace that it comes out. But as of right now, like, how do you come back from a decapitation when we know nothing about his power set?
I mean, I think it's notable that New Superman is the only Yang book that I've read till the end. Every other one that even though I've kind of liked them, I've always kind of dropped off because they never feel like priority reading. So this feels more important because it's focused on a character who's not anywhere else. It's not just some wacky Superman Batman team up. It's not just continuing Terrific's past Lemire's exit. This is something that presumably is a bit more devoted to, and it's got an ending as well because it's a limited series. But
I guess it's the first time since New Superman it feels like this is a Yang story.
Yeah.
Right?
But I'm not in love with this like I was New Superman. Certainly not yet. So
yeah.
Just for the record, I went and googled that game just in case people were wondering. It's called Black Myth Wukong.
Well, and Wukong's the name of the Monkey King.
I don't recognize that title at all.
Yeah,
if you look it up at some point, and there's a big like 13-minute gameplay is how long apparently it was. You probably saw some of it when it came out, so you might recognize it if you saw a part of the gameplay.
I'll tell you where for it, but yeah. All right, Matt, what do you give a Monkey Prince?
I'm gonna give it 7.5.
Okay, I'll go. Probably just a straight 7, I think, for me.